All right, good morning, folks. Hope you all doing well today. Um, we got a pretty dynamic event going on this morning. Today is the 9th of November, only a couple days away from my birthday. Happy birthday to me. It'd be 58. Can you believe that? Uh, we got this is a long wave infrared satellite loop. I usually show this right off, and then we have the mid-level water vapor here. And, we got multiple systems with the flow of shortwave, um, surface low, moving generally this way. We're going to have another surface low form along the coast here and move up to the north here, right? But cold front going to push through the south today. And we already have snow ongoing here out in the on the Great Lakes. Overrunning moisture here, guys. Just a very dynamic system. Going to be quick hitting, but impactful nonetheless. Let's see if we can get a visible loop here. Not quite there yet. Overlay the radar on it here. It doesn't really show winter precip very good here on the radar, but you can see where the surface low is here, right? And you got the moisture on the backside of it going across the lakes and falling as snow and a mixed precip on the backside there. If we look at the radar, we can see that. I'll move my face over here. The radar, you see some snow, light snow here, right? But some moderate, I would say, snow falling right now in the Chicago area, right? When we move further south, the radar, we have a little bit of snow there. The radar up here shows the snow as well. You can see the temps overlaid here. A lot of snow between South Bend and Toledo going on right now. A little bit too warm down here for snow, but here's your surface low down here. All the way rain to the east, right? You see where the rain snow line is, generally up here, right? And so, yeah, a lot going on today, I tell you. We zoom out a little bit, move this over. We got heavy rain on the eastern side here. Lancaster, PA, cold rain, right? You go down here to the south, 50s and 60s, right? We got really warm weather, but you see where the cold front is here. We had some pretty interesting weather coming through. They came through this area last night. We had some supercells over here. Pretty impressive around here for this area. Yesterday had some hail, things like that. Not really favorable tornadoes, but looks like we got some rain showers coming through the middle part of Georgia right now. Looking out the window, we got some clouds streaming through, some light rain maybe, but probably not much going on here. So going up to the northeast, let's go back up here. You see the surface boundary over here, right? And so it's really maybe a temperature gradient. You see the warmer temps to the south and to the north. You maybe have some cooler temps here. That may be where the first front came through and kind of stalled out the other day. And we go back up to the radar. up here. Just some overrunning precip streaming to the north here. Snow up into Canada. Some snow up there as well. You have another surface boundary here. Looks like another temperature gradient right along here. Overrunning precip as well. And the surface temps, you can see up north here, brutally cold right now. That's just yucky. I wouldn't want to be up here right now. And I imagine the wind chill is even lower than that, given the dynamic system moving through. Quite cold, even in Minnesota. I mean, it's brutal. Going back to the radar, I could talk about this all day, but you can see what's going on right here. So, I'm going to stop this and go on to the current hazards. Move this over here. All right, current hazards. See if I can get this where it's not in the way. Trying to get my face in here, but it's not one to cooperate, guys. Anyway, make this smaller, I guess. Take this out for right now. We got a lot going on. Red flag warning to the south of this boundary here, likely due to just some snow. I mean, not snow. What am I talking about? Move this down. Sorry, guys. Trying to make my face appear on here, but this graphic is really not letting me do that. Not snow. Red flag warning to the south here with winds and dry weather. Freeze warning for parts of Texas, Oklahoma, in the deep south here. Freeze watch, which will likely be converted to a freeze warning eventually. For a good portion of Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, into Virginia, parts of Maryland. And up here, they've already reached the past the growing season and freezing. They've had freeze watches before, so they already passed that. Out west, you have some dense fog advisories, soon in Florida, into parts of Tennessee, and Pennsylvania. Winter storm warnings into the off of Lake Michigan, and as well as on the Canadian border here. Winter weather advisories as well, and winter storm watch here in parts of New York. All right, a lot going on, guys. It's crazy. So, if we switch to the depiction of the mid-level flow here, right? And we'll go, this is the HRR, the convective anomaly model that's pretty reliable. And put my face back on. All right. Yeah, it doesn't show anything up into Canada, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna switch to the NAM. I think it doesn't show it either. How about the Euro? I just want to get a good depiction of it. There we go. All right. So at this point, it's now casting anyway. 7 a.m. In the mid levels, you see a short wave down in here. The main show right here, right? Shortwave energy digs south. The trough continues to dig, right? And strengthens here. You see this jet streak. Let's see, the jet streak is like almost 170 knots right offshore here. And it, it, it intensifies 180 knots. That's crazy. If this was a little later in the year, with more cold air in place, we could really have a setup here that could bring a major snowstorm to the eastern U.S. You see it kind of flattens out though, right? Pretty quickly. Okay, but this just highlights the dynamic nature of this system. The jet streak is just incredible here. And you're going to get some cyclogenesis off the shore here. But because it's not negatively tilted and it's very progressive, a negative tilt tends to, on the right front area where that tilt is, you tend to get better genesis and better strength. And you have precipitation maybe thrown backwards into the colder air up here. And you would have more convective elements somewhere out there. So just not quite the right setup, but it's interesting nonetheless. Excuse me. So it's a surface. Let's look at that. This is the HRRR. It's a surface for the continent of the U.S. 7 a.m. here. Overrunning precip. We're roughly at 7 a.m. So we have the overrunning precip here to the north of the low. The low moves up into Canada eventually with snow on the backside of it, right? And where these snow bands are setting up, it's going to be quite the show tonight. Telling you, right along here. If we go into the Great Lakes here, let's Wisconsin. Let's go a bit further. Let's go a little bit further out. Regional. It doesn't really depict the intensity of this that well. But I'll go over some graphics later by the local offices that talk about what this could be doing here on Monday morning. Wherever these bands set up is going to be crucial, guys. It's going to really bring a quick hitting event to the Chicago area overnight tonight. So let's zoom back out. National look. And my friend Mitch will get excited about this because let's see if the HRR is showing this. The aerodynamic system moving down here, and you can see what's happening here. You have it's wanting to set up some snow here into parts of North Carolina overnight on Monday night and the Tuesday here. And if we zoom in, North Carolina and Virginia, trying to figure out what is driving this here. It's almost pretty interesting here. Raleigh, Greensboro, could get into it here. And let's go back. Let's go to the Euro and go to Precip and see what it thinks here. One AM. It's not nearly as bullish here. Let's just switch to the some SPC graphics, which I think are pretty useful in this. Whoa, where'd my picture go? Sorry about that. But anyway, let's go back out to the southeast here. SPC graphics. So, this is an interesting depiction here, guys, right? Um, I'm going to show you a 24-hour snowfall graphic here, or 12-hour snowfall graphic, all right? We'll zoom back out a little bit more. The cone is here. This is an SPC graphic, but it also has some snow products, right? So I'm trying to look at the 1-hour snowfall totals here. You can see the 1-hour snowfall totals where they're the highest, right? Um, as far as inches go. Initially, not really that heavy, couple inches, right? We move through time. You see the snow bands set up, okay? Now I'm going to switch to the Midwest. See what I'm talking about here? Potentially 1-hour snowfall rates 1 to 3 inches an hour here when this moves through tomorrow morning. And you can see it stays it's just to the east, right, over time. And so if we zoom out a little bit more, let's look at the southeast again. See what the HREF, you see some snowfall totals along the spine of the Appalachians there. Doesn't really get that far out, so I really don't know. Hard to say based on this, but um, zoom back out to the Midwest. We can clearly see where the most heaviest precip is going to be right there. So let's go further east to the northeast. Snowfall rates here. Totals. You'd see they probably general thunderstorms here along the Great Lakes, which is may have some thunder snow. Okay, this gets intense there, right? And then general nuisance snow after that. It's not really showing a huge amount of Great Lakes enhancement up through the 11th, but the winds are probably going to shift around past that, and you'll have higher snowfall rates. So let's move on here. Current temps. As of 7 a.m. See this coldest temps up here? These are actual air temperatures, guys. 20s, teens, hovering around 30 degrees here. 60s and 70s almost along the Gulf Coast. It's crazy how different the temperatures are. Current wind gusts as of 7 a.m. This is an hourly analysis, right? You can see where the most wind is here in the central U.S. down into Texas, where that red flag warning is right now. Wind chill values as of 7 a.m. Negative 6, -5 up here into North Dakota. Single digits into a good portion of the upper, northern high plains, into the Midwest here in the 20s. And that'll only push further south and into the Intermountain West. Quite cold as well in the Rockies. Excuse me. Jeez, sorry guys. Now this is the snowfall totals projected out through Friday, guys. Okay, and I'm gonna change the runtime here. This goes out through Friday, 7 p.m. Shows where the highest totals are here, in the darker oranges, magenta, purple. Yeah, so I didn't go that far out on the SPC site, but we're talking maybe up to a foot. On the lake effect favored areas here, through next Friday. And if we loop this back a little bit, we can see that doesn't really appear till like, yeah, the 12th, 11th and 12th that moves through. Then you have another system moving through the west here that's gonna bring enhanced rainfall, not rainfall, snow here out west. Cloud cover, we kind of already know what the clouds are, right? But lots of clouds out here in the eastern part of the U.S. Not much going on out west here. So, um, yeah. Apologize for clearing my throat, guys, but whew, rough morning here. So let's look at the height anomalies here associated with this. Let's see what the European shows. You can see the 500 millibar height anomaly associated with this cold push, right? Moving through the south here. But what happens as it moves out? You have high pressure building in the middle part of the country with a another low off the coast here, the west coast. And when you have this much height rises in this area, you're going to get warmer temps, guys. And although the northeast will still be in the northwest flow regime here, I mean, towards the end of the period, as far as this model goes out, you see the height rises up here. It's going to be in the trough out west here, and the height falls off the east coast. You're still going to be getting colder, and this northwest flow regime is going to continue here. And you have this high building here going to be really hot, especially up into here. And we'll talk about those temps tomorrow, after we get through this snowfall event and stuff like that. So, all right. So, I took some time and I went through and looked at some of the National Weather Service local offices here and what they had to say. Right. So you can see you got winter storm warnings in these areas here for Chicago and the surrounding counties. You see what they're saying here. Bands of intense lake effect snow are expected tonight into Monday. The warnings, right? And this was next update's going to be 4 p.m. Today. Okay, see here, intense lake effect snow expected 3 inches an hour in the most intense bands. Probability of 8 inches or more snow is high in the red areas here. Okay, so worst conditions in Cook County, Illinois, Lake County, and Porter counties. Travel's not advised, so yeah. And the lake effect snow will penetrate far inland, okay? Northeast Illinois, northwest Indiana. Worst conditions will be across those counties, and conditions are variable, right? So where the darkest colors are, the most persistent snow is going to be into effect. And this is and they're saying it too. Polar plunge will be short-lived as warmer conditions arrive by the middle of next week. So you can see 30s, wind chills, lake effect snow. And this is where you would get more resources if you're going to want some more resources about this, okay? So, so now for For Buffalo, New York, this graphic shows where the most precip is expected through 1 p.m. Monday. Rain and snow south of Lake Ontario and a wintering mix east of Lake Ontario today will change to all snow before diminishing. Lake effect snow will then develop southeast of the lakes Monday night into Tuesday. So some ice accumulation up north here. The greatest lake effect snow bands in this area in the short term. So now I wanted to bring up this graphic. This is the graphic for the Gatlinburg area, right? And you could see, right, over 50% chance of more than 6 inches of snowfall for the Smokies later today into Tuesday. So this is going to be a pretty impactful event from the Smoky Mountains coming up here. So yeah, going to be very interesting to see. Wish I was going up there right now so I could watch it, but looks like Gatlinburg is not going to get much or Pigeon Forge out of this. So now this is kind of a zoomed out version what I was looking at for Gatlinburg, right? Gatlinburg area. But this is from the Morristown National Weather Service office. All right. Rain will change to light snow Sunday night into Monday morning. High probability for accumulating snowfall across higher elevations. You can see where that is, right? In here. And into higher terrain up here as well. Lower confidence for the valley where potential bands of snow showers will set up, overall intensity, etc. They spelled the etc. wrong, I think. I don't know. But anyway, the probability of at least 0.1 inches of snowfall on Monday. I've been talking way too much. I did 2 videos yesterday. All right. So yeah, so the probabilities of getting at least snow are pretty high here in the mountains. Okay. So we take that back out. Sorry, guys. All right. Now, this is for Middle Georgia. I know I have a lot of friends that live here and are my biggest supporters. And so I'm going to show this graphic. We got chance of general thunderstorm this morning. This is valid till 6 a.m. tomorrow. Severe weather is possible in the extreme southeast Georgia, and the threat waiting for any severe weather as the day goes on. Although we're going to have high winds coming through as the front pushes through, and colder temps tonight, right? And this is a graphic showing the freeze warning and where the freeze warning already is. 1 a.m. to 10 a.m. Monday morning. You see where the what to protect and what to do with that. We have frigid temperatures next week, right? This is a FFC graphic, no, a graphic from the National Weather Service Atlanta office. Leave this over here. Widespread freezing conditions expected tonight, Monday night, and well, not tonight, Monday night into Tuesday morning, excuse me. Feel like temperatures in the teens and 20s, okay? So I wouldn't go out tomorrow night if I were you, all right? You know, unless you have to. If you are, wear gloves and a coat, warm up your car. Because this is so quick hitting, and I think it's going to take a lot of people by surprise, guys. Now, precip changes for today for our area, pretty low. Farther to the south, a little bit higher. High temps in the 70s today. Crazy, right? 60s up north. But low temperatures tonight, 30s, 40s, and this kind of bisecting the state here. Below freezing, just on north of Atlanta, freezing right in Atlanta, precip. Minimal, maybe some snow showers up here into um, the North Georgia mountains. And high temperatures tomorrow, 40s. I'm not getting above freezing maybe in the North Georgia mountains. So if we do get any snow up there, I'm trying to keep my finger away from my face when I talk, and it's a bad habit I have. I'll I'll figure it out one day. But gonna be sunny tomorrow, but it's also gonna be windy, so um be advised of that. And then I don't have the temps for the next day, but we know it's gonna be cold then too. And yeah, this is the last graphic I'm gonna show about the snow here. You can see where the official National Weather Service forecast is not showing any snow accumulations for the North Carolina area to Virginia. We'll see how that plays out. But because we were looking at HRR earlier, it was showing something, but that may not come to pass. We'll just have to see. Well, that's all I got for today, guys. I hope you can get through my coughing and choking on myself because it's my throat is raw. I'll tell you. Anyway, appreciate you tuning in, and God bless.